Hi guys, Harry here from TechMediaFusion.com. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today is Monday the 11th of June and it is WWDC12. That'll take place tonight, our time here in the UK. It's now just 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's something that takes place here normally around about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. I'm just going to give you a rundown of what I think is going to be presented tonight at WWDC12. And I'm also going to give you a roundup of all the different things that I've read about that people are rumoured is going to be coming out here as well. Now, there's always rumours surrounding WWD whatever, DC whatever. But more so this year than any other year, I think. There's a lot of different things that people are expecting to materialise here tonight. And I'll just give you a rundown of a list that I've made. The iPhone 5, iOS 6, Apple TV, not the little black box, but an actual TV, a smart TV. An iPad mini, MacBook Pro with a Retina screen. A lot of people are expecting. They're also expecting an iMac with a Retina screen. Mountain Lion, they're expecting that to materialise. They're also saying that there's a possibility of the MacBook coming back. There's also a possibility of a Retina display MacBook Air. And they're also saying that there's going to be an upgrade on the Mac Pro. So with all that said, that's all the different things that I've heard. I'm sure you guys have maybe heard one or two other things, but I personally don't think that that's going to take place tonight. Bearing in mind, WWDC12, these events are over a 3-day period, but the main event is a 2-hour keynote, which Steve Jobs used to do, and now Tim Cook will be doing it. And it's in that 2-hour period that the main the main things are announced. Now, I've read over the last couple of days that if you're expecting the iPhone 5 to be announced tonight, don't, because it's just not going to happen. This is just something new that I've started reading, because up until I read these articles, I was really expecting the iPhone 5. My contract ran out last month, and so for me, I'm on a rolling contract, just waiting for the iPhone 5 to come out. So, although I agree with these now, after reading them, I don't think the iPhone 5 will be announced tonight. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it does. For me personally, I think it's just going to be all about iOS 6, and that's pretty much a given, because if you look at a lot of the photographs about the venue where WWDC is being held, there's banners up showing you iOS 6. And I also think that Mountain Lion will be a massive feature on that. Now, don't forget, this is a 2-hour keynote, and to get through the iOS operating system and Mountain Lion as an operating system, that's a pretty big thing in itself, to get those two crammed into 2 hours. Never mind coming out with a mini iPad that a lot of people were suggesting may materialise. There was a lot of people were saying that Apple should bring out a 7-inch iPad to be up at direct competition with the Kindle Fire. I definitely don't think that if Apple are going to invest in that type of thing, I don't think they'll do it tonight. Don't forget, this is at the end of the day, this is a developer conference, so a lot of the things that you are expecting tonight have to have a developer spin on it in some way. Now, 9to5 Mac have also published this morning that they have got wind that there's definitely a MacBook Pro upgrade specs, and there's also a Mac Pro upgrade specs, and I'll go through those with you now. They're also suggesting that there's going to be a redesign on the Mac Pro, but they're not too sure what that is. So I'll go through the Mac Pro lineup first of all, the specs. They say that there's going to be 2 normal Mac Pros and 1 server Mac Pro. The 2 normal ones, the bottom line one, starts 3.2 GHz quad-core processor, 6 GB RAM, and a 1TB hard drive. Then the one up from that, which would kind of like be the top of the line one, will be 2.4 GHz 12-core processor, 12 GB RAM, and a 1TB hard drive. The graphics cards that they're suggesting is going to be in there, in both of them, is the ATA Radeon 5770. Then the other Mac Pro is going to be a server, and that's going to be a 3.2 GHz quad-core processor, 8 GB RAM, and 2 1TB hard drives. So you have 2 separate 1TB hard drives in there. Not too sure about that because, well, obviously, 9to5 Mac, they've got this on good authority. They wouldn't publish it otherwise. So, but I thought a lot of people were pretty happy with the Mac Mini being run as service. But I suppose bigger companies are going to need more powerful machines to run as a server. So anyway, so the next one is the MacBook Pro. Now they say there's 2 13.3 inch and two 15.4. I'll go through those with you now. The bottom line 13 inch one is a 2.5 gigahertz dual core processor with 4 gig RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Then the next the higher end 13 inch one is 2.9 gigahertz dual core processor, 8 gig RAM and a 750 gigabyte hard drive. Then there's two 15.4 MacBook Pros. The bottom one is 2.3 gigahertz quad core processor with a 4 gig RAM and 500 gigabyte hard drive. And the top line one is 2.6 gigahertz quad core processor, 8 gigabyte of RAM and 750 gigabyte hard drive. Now they don't go into what actual processors are going to be put into these, but a lot of speculation has been aiming towards the Intel Sandy Bridge. So obviously we need to wait and see about that. I don't think that Apple will necessarily bring up these specs tonight. I don't think that they'll sit and talk about that tonight. I think that will just be updated on the Apple website after this keynote. If they do bring out a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air with a Retina display, I think that might feature towards the very end, you know, kind of like one last thing sort of thing. But I'm not too sure. Anyway, guys, what are your comments? What are your views and thoughts about what's going to happen tonight at WWDC? What would you like to see? What do you think's not going to materialize? All those types of things. I would like to know your comments. If you put them down below, that would be great. Or if you want to, go across to Tech Media Fusion and you can leave some comments across there as well. I will be doing a video tomorrow, hopefully. If not tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday, giving you kind of like just my thoughts on what actually comes out on the conference. And that's really about it, guys. Thanks very much for all your support and for watching this video. Don't forget, if you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, go across to Tech Media Fusion, all the links are down the sidebar there. Or if you don't want to go across there, if you just go into the YouTube channel page, all the links are down the side there as well. All the best, guys, and look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.